Good afternoon. This is Jim, 5714 collector, and I wanted to take a couple minutes this afternoon and congratulate John, 3D80s kid, on his 2 years anniversary of being on YouTube. He just hit that mark, I believe, a week or two ago, and he asked everybody in the community to talk about their first video that they put out on YouTube. But since mine was just done really after the National, I don't have a whole lot to say about that. But I wanted to take a couple minutes, congratulate John, and just say that I got into the YouTube community. I was a commenter for a long time on several channels. And after the YouTube get-together that Thursday evening over in Cleveland, I came home and I started thinking about it, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and start putting out some videos too. And basically, right now, my content's been basically talking about my collection, some SGC reveals, mainly it's been about my Nolan Ryan collection, which is a big part of what I have. I have other stuff also, but Nolan's the number one thing that I collect, and I have a lot of Nolan Ryan items, and I've been showing a few of those, and over the course of the videos that I do in the future, we'll be showing more Nolan Ryan items. I'll take the time to do that. But again, I want to take a minute, congratulate John, and thank him and the other YouTubers for encouraging me to start doing my own channel. So thank you very much to John and Craig and Darren and both Mikes and Sammy, Chris from Missouri, and I'm probably going to forget some people, so please forgive me. But yeah, I've definitely been enjoying putting out some videos, and I watch videos pretty much every day and try to keep up, but it's very hard when you're working. But I'm doing my best, and I still comment on every video that I watch. But today, just before I show I got a couple of Ryan cards I want to show. I want to do something a little bit different. I've been thinking about doing this for a little while, and I want to ask a trivia question. So here it goes. Name me the player. I'll give you a hint to start with. He's in the 1981 top set. I believe it's his first card. Give me the name of the player that hit the game-winning, I'll say the game-winning home run in the 1983 American League Championship Series between the Orioles and the White Sox. In Game 4, the Orioles were playing in Comiskey Park, so it's not really a game-winning home run that way. But in the top half of the 10th, this player came up and hit a home run, and it gave the Orioles a 1-0 lead. They held on to win the game 3-0, okay, and they won the American League Championship. But that home run was a big part of it. Name me the player that did that. And I have his card sitting here, and it's autographed. He's not a superstar, but really a great footnote in the history of the game, and certainly in the history of the Orioles. So I'll give you a couple minutes, think about that, and I'll show some cards, and then we'll come back to that. And in the comments below, as you're thinking about that, let me know if you get it without looking it up, okay? So it's not an easy question, but I'd be curious, see, if some people know it. And I'm sure several people within the community that will watch this, that watch this video will name that player, and I'll show you the card here in a few minutes. But let's take a couple minutes and just look at a couple of the Ryan cards I pulled out today I wanted to show. And you don't see these cards being shown too often, and they're kind of a cool set. And I'd like to complete this. I'd love to do the set one day, because it's probably 300 or 400 cards. It's the 1975 SSPC, and I don't know if they're really a licensed set or not. They must be licensed because they do have the uniforms, but of course I got the Nolan Ryan and the back of it, and it's a nice looking set. It's very clean, as you can see. It's awesome. That's a great picture. It doesn't have anything on it to talk about it. It doesn't say anything. It's just a great picture of Nolan Ryan. And I also have the one with Catfish Hunter and Nolan. And I know this came in an error card. I think it had Noland with a D. And I'll have to get that card in the future. So that's going to be on my list going into my next big show, probably at Chantilly. So the back has a checklist here. So that's a pretty cool looking card. And like I said, you don't see these being shown on YouTube that often. So I thought I would take a couple minutes and show those cards. So another one I've got is the 77 cloth patch of Nolan. And I like this card because it does show a very large close-up. And I know it's just like the 77, the regular issue Topps card. But this one's a little bit cooler looking because of the fact that it's a close-up picture of Nolan and the back. So that's pretty awesome. And then I thought, I'll get this one out. I've had this one for a long time. The pitch, hit, and run Burger King card with Nolan on the Astros. And that's a nice looking card from 1980. I think that's pretty sharp. It's neat that they caught the uniform and got Nolan with the hat. Whether it's airbrushed or not, I don't know. Tell me down in the comments if that hat is airbrushed or not, and the back. So that's kind of a cool card it is. Seeing Nolan on the Astros and all that. And he joined the Astros in 1980, and I know he pitched 9 years for him, won 106 games, I think, for him. Of course, he pitched his 5th no-hitter for them also. And then, of course, I think the owner, and I can't recall the owner's name of the Astros, wanted Nolan to take a 20% pay cut after his last season with them in 1988. And I think Nolan probably said, no, I'm not going to take a pay cut. It's an insult to me. And then, of course, he became a free agent. He signed with the Rangers. And then, of course, he pitched, 5,000 strikeouts, his 300th win, and the 2 no-hitters, and cemented his legacy as one of the all-time great pitchers. And, that's a pretty cool thing. So I've given you guys a minute or two. I'm really hoping some people get this answer. But the player is Tito Landrum. He's pictured here, right there. I picked this card up on eBay a couple months back. I got to thinking about Tito Landrum, and I said, I wonder if I can get his card on eBay. And I found one autographed, and I thought, now, I have to have that. Just because of the history with the Orioles. He spent really, honestly, 1 month with the Orioles. He played in that playoff game. I think he might have gotten into the World Series like as a defensive player. And then the next spring, they traded him back to the Cardinals, I believe. But just a little interesting piece of trivia that, I guess sometimes if you're looking for things on eBay and they're a little bit odd, and it's not that many people, probably ever heard of Tito Landrum. But he did spend, I think, like 9 years in the majors. But again, not a big name. But he had his one moment in the sun in that playoff game, and I can vividly remember him hitting that home run. And just for the fun of it, I went on to YouTube one night, and I saw it on YouTube too. I thought that was pretty cool that I got the chance to relive that moment in championship series history and Orioles history. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, congratulations to John on the 2 years. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope everybody has a great afternoon, and I'll see you soon. Take care.